Welcome back, Salty Fam. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. So today we're going to get into the Taylor Frankie Paul scandal and all of the domestic violence cases against her right now.
And how it all led to the Bachelorette being canceled just 3 days before it was supposed to air.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy. You know it's crazy if they're like, they were all in and it's about to all happen and then they're just like, this is so bad. We cannot air this.
It is bad. Like, honestly, mid-March was extremely shocking.
It's
I
crazy.
think for anyone involved in social media or who knows about Mom Talk or has been following their journey, and even if you haven't been following it, just hearing about it is insane.
So crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
So if you didn't know, there was the leaked TMZ video that came out, and this was in 2023. And this was what was ultimately somewhat captured on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives season 1, I think episode 1 or 2.
It was episode 1. It was the first episode because we went back and watched it. And like the police body cam footage is featured in the episode.
Yeah, certain parts. Now they do leave out child abuse. They leave out the charges. It really just shows her crying and him saying, she threw a stool at me.
Yeah, it does mention that.
Yeah. And then you do see her mom there in the garage talking to the police at one point. So obviously I'm assuming her mom came and got the child. So her mom was well aware that the stool had hit the child because the child had a like egg bump on her head because she got hit in the head with a metal stool that Taylor Frankie Paul had launched across her house, intended for Dakota, but he said, stop, your child's here, you're going to hit your child, and she didn't stop, and she hit her child.
And I mean, she is flinging these chairs like crazy.
Across from like the kitchen all the way to the living room. It is like, I mean, I guess when you get that mad, you have strength that you don't even know.
I mean, she's like hopping around. It's like scary, you know? It's like,
It's so scary. Like, once you see the TMZ video, it's 3 minutes. Like, it's kind of hard to get it out of your head.
It's hard to watch. It's like traumatizing to watch in and of itself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And it's interesting. I feel like, I don't know if it was in the TMZ video or the police cam, but I feel like he said that like, two of her family members were there too while that was going on, or it sounded like something weird like that.
I don't know. Well, we know
because
that
then the mom is there, like in the
there.
police footage or whatever, you know, and the police just get there, you know,
so
kind
it's
of
like,
thing. Or was she there the whole time? You know?
Oh God. Yeah. Did she rush over or was she witnessing this? Like, and why wouldn't she tell the child to go upstairs? Like amidst this
tell
fight,
them this is
why is the child still on the couch, like watching its iPad or whatever they were doing? Why wasn't the child upstairs in their room during this insane fight? You know?
It's crazy.
It is crazy. And so anyways, she is crashing out hardcore season 4 Secret Lives of Mormon Wives right before she goes in to ABC to do The Bachelor, and she even missed her flight to go to The Bachelor to California. And
that was like a main part of the season of like, we're so worried Taylor's not going to be able to pull it together for The Bachelor. And it seemed kind of odd, like it's like, because all at the first part of the season, they don't make her look like she's totally crumbling.
Yeah, but she is definitely crashing out hardcore. She sleeps with Dakota the night before she goes to The Bachelor. And then she goes off and she comes back. So in February, when she gets back from filming The Bachelor, she and Dakota get into another domestic violence argument. Police are called, I am assuming. And then we see again in March, on March 7th, I think is when.
Is that when the friend reports it?
Let's see. March 7th is actually the date that the other Secret Lives of Mormon Wives co-stars decide not to film with her because of this domestic violence dispute. And then, she does another domestic violence with Dakota. That's the choking one, the necklace choking, and the friend calling the police and reporting it. And that happened in March too.
It's just crazy.
So, it's just pretty wild. So she she was on probation since the 2023 incident, and she had to be good until August 2026 for it not to be a felony. So right now it's a misdemeanor. And since she has been committing domestic violence against Dakota still, he needs to press charges in order for that felony to be,
That's what, like, unless there's she like gets arrested for it again or something, or he files charges, like she's not really violating the probation.
Like someone has to press charges for it to be a violation. And then that's when they'll look at pressing a felony.
Yeah, that's when it'll be like, okay, all the other stuff is coming back now too, because you didn't do what you were supposed to do while on probation,
Yeah, so I guess it's up in the air whether or not Dakota is going to press charges. We do know that he has full custody right now until I believe it's April 6th is when the new custody hearing. He cannot have any contact with her. So who knows if they're abiding by this, first of all.
I mean, does anyone believe they are? I mean, come on.
I don't know. I would like to think that this was a big enough wake-up call, but who knows at this point? Like, in all honesty, it's more about the kid, and the safety for the kid,
For sure. But this whole thing has gotten how it is because they do not prioritize that,
Exactly.
So it's like, are they really going to start now?
I know. Ugh. I don't know. Maybe public opinion will.
You would hope. You would hope. And you would hope he would file charges or something just to like, dude, like this is crazy. This whole thing.
And the weird thing to me is like after that first incident, he went and had a kid with her. After that
is what is like super crazy.
It's insane. It's not just like how they kind of play it off as like, oh, it's just toxic. Ha ha ha.
Yeah,
like, no,
they just fight all the time. It's like, this is crazy
straight
violent.
Up, violent, abusive. I've heard people say that when she did live at that house, the 2023 house, cops were called all the time.
I bet. After seeing like how that fight was, there's no way that was the first time that's ever happened.
Right.
Or something even half as intense as that will get the cops called. So it's probably happening all the time.
Like he has custody now because Ever was present during the last choking incident when Taylor choked him with his necklace. And I guess it was so bad that it left marks all on his neck. Yeah. And then that's when his friend called it in and reported it. And so people have been saying Ever was present. That's why he has the custody now. And what about justice for the daughter who got hit in the head?
Yeah,
she's
they just
being
swept that under the rug.
Back over to her mom, who is like playing it off as nothing, going on podcast with her mom saying, "No, my daughter's fine. She never got hurt. Nothing ever happened to her." Yeah. And that was blatant lies. Like, totally. Think how unsafe that child feels. She knows she can't speak up and tell the truth because look what's going to happen.
I know, it's so crazy. And you would think because he got the child custody, because obviously something happened where he got full custody right now. You think
with
that
no
alone,
visitation.
Yeah, you think that alone would be like, that's the thing that would trigger the parole violation or the probation violation.
Yeah, probation violation for sure. And I know that they are still doing investigations in the other domestic violence cases. So who knows how that will like shape up. But I mean, if you have proof given to you,
like an event that was obviously real enough to lose custody of your kid, you think that would like trigger it.
That should be enough to say, okay, we got to look into this, because that's exactly how people end up dying in domestic violence cases. Not saying that she would kill Dakota, but she has the capability to rage out. And what if that happened to one of her kids?
Yeah, she could just like, it's so out of control, anything could happen.
Yeah.
And that's what's kind of crazy too. So that probation thing is like the Bachelorette considered the whole matter resolved because she was on probation. Like, oh, it's all good, So like, that's kind of like, why? Because you would think with that alone, they'd be like, we're not casting this girl.
No. And because the whole thing in this show was her as a changed woman and how she's grown. Yes. And then she leaves the show and goes back and does 2 domestic violence back-to-back months.
And then the
you
video
have not
drops.
changed at all.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? So, like, the whole show is BS.
It would have looked so
it.
like that is honestly more so why they canceled it probably than what she did was bad.
Right.
Is because it was combined with they probably cut the whole thing as she's like this wonderful growing mother changing, you know, like and they were just like it's gonna be such opposites that people will have in front of their face that like it will literally be better to just cut our loss and be like the whole thing is screwed, you know.
And now, you know, there are 5 unidentified men who are the Bachelor contestants who are suing ABC for wages lost, putting them in unsafe working conditions when they knew the person that they were working with had a history of domestic violence against men. And, you know, just in general, a violent person.
Yeah, I think if they did a Bachelor and then it came out a video of the Bachelor throwing chairs at women, like bar stools,
at women and
hitting
children.
kids, like it's just so
it'd be insane. Like cancel immediately.
Yeah,
you know. So.
And that's the funny thing. So supposedly ABC has also said that the first time they ever saw the video was when it came out on TMZ, you know, so they thought, oh, it was just your typical, you know, probably domestic violence dispute. It's just getting loud. The cops get called and she goes in or whatever. But she's on probation. It's all settled. It's fine. At least that's what they're claiming. They had no idea, but it's
I
just
don't know.
interesting.
I highly doubt they had no idea.
That's how I feel too. Like, because you would think Hulu would tip them. Like, people had to have known Dakota had that video. There's no way he took that and did not tell a soul.
So I heard Jesse, I believe, said that they knew a video existed, but none of them had seen it personally. They just heard it was a crazy night and like she threw some chairs.
Yeah.
They weren't necessarily told anything about the daughter being hit because Whitney does say, I believe it's in episode 2, season 1, Whitney says like, we can't be out here throwing chairs at walls and people are going to think we're just in and out of jail and like what is going
crazy,
on. And she's like, this kind of culture needs to stop. And so, you know, that they know what happened. Yes. They do say on this show, you know, Dakota saying she threw chairs at me, but they do not mention the child thing, which would have totally nuked their whole show.
Yes.
And they purposely left it out because
Cut
that is
out.
part of the charges. Of course, Hulu knew their charges. They know everything about these girls. And then all of a sudden they're going to be like, I have no idea about these charges. Like, we know that's BS.
And I bet their defense would be like, oh, well, we only know about the charges she pled to because she pled to the lesser charge that has nothing to do with child abuse or whatever for the probation. So they're like gonna say, oh, well, that's what we thought the whole thing was.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on.
No. Yeah. They're playing dumb and we all know it.
But think about that. You know, that is kind of crazy. Because, yeah, if they let that out, that would have nuked. And that was episode 1. Season 1, episode 1. It would have nuked the show instantly when it came out. Just like she just nuked The Bachelorette instantly before it came out. It's like, it's crazy. Like, you can't have her on a show unless you're going to, like, hide the bodies because she is going to nuke it instantly.
Yeah, definitely a self-sabotage kind of girl.
Totally.
And all of the other girls picked up on that, know it. Yeah. It's just like they were scared to show it. And it does explain why the girls kind of started being like, well, Taylor's boss, Taylor's in charge. Because they're scared of her. You know, like they kind of turn their tune a little bit and they're like, oh, Taylor's boss, we got to follow her.
Like she's the head of Mom Talk. She started it, guys. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't get hit with a chair. Everybody say it.
Yeah, like now looking back, you're like, oh, they were scared.
Totally.
You know?
And I think also like a little bit of, they want Mom Talk to be like, oh, that's Taylor. So if it does go bad, it's like everybody's thinking, oh, that's Taylor. And they can kind of like scoot off and hopefully go unscathed.
And it does explain why Whitney was kind of separating herself from the beginning and why she moved to Hawaii and how she wanted to really separate herself from Mom Talk. But she wanted, you know, the money, the clout, the fame.
She had to use it as like a stepping stone to get out of there. You know, like she couldn't do it without it.
Yeah.
But definitely like every season she's kind of trying to like get away.
Yeah. And it's interesting. So like when you watch it, not knowing any of the TMZ leaked video stuff, you think Whitney is, you know, the villain, but now knowing all of it, you see that she is like, I need to get out of here.
Probably the
and
most
space
rational.
myself from this because this is going to blow up. Taylor is unstable. She's manic. She needs mental health help.
She's a ticking time bomb.
She is.
And this is going to blow any minute. And like, I got to have a plan.
Yeah, because that's how she became famous, was she blew Mom Talk up because she released the cheating scandal or the swinging scandal. And then, you know, she almost blew up Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And then she blew up The Bachelor.
She is crazy. I feel like she has to be like, nobody is going to risk doing anything with her after this. But
I mean, there needs to be some, you know,
some
social punishment. Like, come on, she's a mommy influencer.
Shame.
Turned into a child abuser, and she blatantly covered it up with her mom for years. Like, come on.
That's what's crazy. And have they started posting since the video came out?
Not that I've seen so
like
far.
No new posts since it came out.
But she has been making comments like, the worst thing is that my daughter has to relive that night, and I've already told her sorry many a times. And it's like, no, the worst thing is that you hit her and you didn't even stop and say, oh my God, are you okay? Oh my God, what did I just do?
Don't flip this around on us.
Like, I don't care how drunk you are. Like, most people would be like, oh shit.
Well, and that shows she only thinks about herself. Because like no statement has been made since that video came out. Like she made a statement before the video came out, like, oh, I want to just like rest with my kids or whatever.
She's like, all I want to do is focus on my kids. They're the most important thing ever. And then the TMZ video got released and now it's quiet.
And no statement on like, that's the lowest moment of my life. I've never done anything else I'm more ashamed of than this. Like, I don't know how anyone would forgive me. Kind of, you know, just really like, is like, okay, this is it. She's like defending herself and like, I'm the victim here, and you're making me and my daughter feel bad. It's like, no, you're the victimizer, dude. Like,
and she can't say that because she went and did it again with Ever being present. And that's why she doesn't have custody of him. So, like, she can't be like, I learned my lesson 3 years ago. It was the worst night of my life. Because she didn't. Because she did it again with now Ever. So she cannot control herself. And she doesn't care.
Like she
does not care if her kids witness like beyond extreme outrage.
Like how crazy she is. It's like she legit could be in an asylum.
She needs
like kind of like she is a danger to herself and others just being out in society.
Like
you know,
she needs
like
mental health treatment, like straight up. Time. Yeah. And domestic violence rehabilitation. If this was a
don't
guy,
throw stools.
Yeah, if this was a guy, people would be demanding that he would be.
They'd be like, just execute him already. You know.
Yeah, I mean, they would be demanding things be done.
You know? And rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
it was awful.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, like and subscribe for more, and we'll see you later, Salty fam.